Hey everybody, it's Tara Whitney, author of the book Hungry, Trust Your Body and Free Your Mind Around Food. It is Tuesday at noon, and I was going to look at the date and tell you what the day is, but it really doesn't matter. So I'd like to talk today about a really important question that I'd love for you to ask yourself. And that question is, what is my body trying to tell me? What is my body trying to tell me? I have found that for myself, when I ask that question, that it becomes, hey Kim, how are you? Thanks for joining. So Kim, I'll catch you up really quick. So the question that I think is the most important question to ask yourself is, what is my body trying to tell me? What is my body trying to tell me? And I'm working with that myself personally and have been for years. And I think it's a really powerful question to ask for a bunch of reasons. But here's the thing about that question. There's three real sort of areas where if you've asked yourself that question, you might not be happy with the answer. And so as a result of that, you may not be necessarily eager to ask yourself, what is my body trying to tell me? So the first area is when it comes to injury. Now, if you're an athlete or if you're someone who just loves to exercise, you're a runner, what have you, injuries are not always your friend. And I know through owning my yoga studio and teaching yoga for almost 8 years or so now, is that people will come in and they'll start to let me know about their injury, but you can tell it's like one of these things where they're not quite embracing it. They don't know quite what to do with it. And probably the most important thing is that their injury is really an impediment, something that stands in their way of allowing them to do what they want to do, which is maybe spin or maybe run or do whatever, or down dog or what have you. I've had kind of come into contact with lots of shoulder injuries. I know I have my own hamstring injury right now. And I'm asking myself on a regular basis, what is my body trying to tell me? So when it comes to injuries, asking yourself that question can be a really challenging one, especially when you're not comfortable or happy with the answer. The second area where it can be challenging, or you might not be happy asking yourself that question, what is my body trying to tell me, is when it comes to hunger. So I write about this in my book, Hungry, and for anyone who wants to get in their world healthier or leaner, or if they want to lose weight, then hunger is not always a welcomed experience because it's generally uncomfortable, and it's something that means that our body wants more food. But for someone who's looking to lose weight, then hunger isn't something that generally is something that's welcomed. It actually can often feel like it's the enemy. And then the third area where it might be hard to ask yourself the question, what is my body trying to tell me, is when it comes to emotions. And emotions are often felt in the body. When you look at emotions like, or feel emotions, shall I say, like anxiety or stress, for many people that can sit right in our chest, right up in our upper body. And it can feel, not always like this for everybody, but generally it can feel like pressure, it can feel like tension, and it can feel really uncomfortable. Now, everyone experiences emotions in different ways, but it's not always a pleasant experience when we do have those emotions in our body. And therefore, it can be something that it can be hard to sort of go there. It can be hard to go there. So our injuries, our hunger, and our emotions are things that can make it challenging to ask yourself, what is my body trying to tell me? But here's what is so critically important about those three areas that is important to consider and to know for a fact, is that our bodies are magnificent, brilliant, and capable, and what do we call them? Machines. They have an ability, are absolutely designed to keep our itself in the state of homeostasis. It's constantly working. Our bodies are constantly working to keep ourselves in balance. And so when an injury is occurring, it's because we're out of alignment. There is a repetitive motion that it's not happy about. There could be a level of trauma. You name all the different pieces, but our body is saying, hey, look I'm out of balance here, and I need to come back into balance. And that's where the injury will show up. When it comes to hunger, our body is brilliant at letting us know when we need more nourishment, when we need more physical energy from food. And so hunger is just our body's way of saying, I know you just ate an hour ago, but guess what? I need a little bit more. Or funny enough, dinner's on the table, but I'm not, or it could be the opposite. I'm not very hungry, but at 9 o'clock you might be very hungry. So hunger doesn't necessarily follow a clock, and it's not necessarily predictable, but hunger is a beautiful way for our body to let us know when it needs food. And then the last thing with emotion is energy, and moving energy around through our body is just another way as our body just allowing it to form and express itself. And that's all energy is. That's all emotion is. It's just moving energy in the body. And our body does it brilliantly. So the question, what is my body trying to tell me, is such an important one. And by doing that daily, understanding your injuries, honoring your hunger, honoring and being willing to be with your emotions. I know this is big stuff, but they're really important. And on my journey, they've been critical, and I've learned so much about myself and my body. And as a result, I've created a really powerful respect for what my body has to share. So thanks for joining, and I'd love it if you found this information helpful. I'd love it if you shared it, and then let me know, like, what is your body trying to tell you today? And the more you ask, and then you take the time to listen, I think those answers just become clearer and more concise. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Take care. Bye, Kim. See ya.